The good folks at Safe Harbor Financial are joining us once again. We have Jim Bird, Richard Lindsay, and Jim Roberts. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
All right, today our topic is something people don't like to think about or plan for, but they really should. We're talking about long-term care. Give us some background on long-term care, Jim.
Well, Joe, there's three basic risks. We're familiar with market risk. We're familiar with not having enough interest risk in this economy, but most people don't know that long-term care is one of the biggest threats to your retirement money that's out there. And the reason it is that 7 out of 10 of Americans are going to need some kind of long-term care in their lifetime. But the clients I see, not 1 out of 10 has any long-term care.
So to reiterate that, 7 out of 10 need this, only 1 out of 10 have it.
And most people think, well, Medicare will take care of it. Medicare takes better part of 90 days and that's it. So you have to qualify for Medicaid to get it, and that means you've got to be broke. And that, most of my clients are not broke. So, you've got to find ways to get long-term care, and the people that create the products in this environment now are creating annuities and some life insurance that has long-term care included in it at no cost. And that's one way to do it if you can't afford it, because long-term care is very expensive at this age. And I'm talking my age, not your age.
So that's how you get your clients involved. That's how you help them out through this process. You talk to them about things like annuities and so on.
Threats to their money. And annuities is one of the ways that we can help people, but it's not the only way. So they need to come see us. We'll show them ways to get long-term care without having to pay for it, but that is the biggest threat in our environment today.
What sort of taxes are involved with long-term care?
Joe, there's two different things. First, you look at the premiums. The premiums are deductible, but they're deductible based with different amounts based on age, and then the deductible portion then is thrown in with the rest of your medical deductions.
Okay.
And in order for it to be deductible, it has to exceed 10% of your adjusted gross income. But if you have a policy, then all of the proceeds are tax-free when you receive them and use them. And you talk about long-term care these days, you're talking about $60,000, $70,000 a year. And think about what that would do to your tax situation if you were having to sell your stock portfolio and pay capital gains or taxes on that $70,000 and then try to turn around and use it for medical care.
Definitely something you need all the information on to make sure you plan it out and do it the right way when it comes to taxes and long-term care. Also on that regard, legal documentation. We need to think about that as well.
Sure. What you obviously have to have an updated financial power of attorney, and Alabama has just produced a brand new one in January of last year, so that people really need to look at that. And then the other really is a health care power of attorney, so that someone is there to make those medical decisions. And following that, there's also a living will that makes your decisions for end-of-life decisions about do you want life support or do you want food and water. So these are standard documents, but really those three are the three that really relate to this issue.
You mentioned lots of decisions, and that's where you guys can help out. You can help the people make the right decision when it comes to all of these different things. So you can contact the folks at Safe Harbor Financial. All of their information is on our website if you'd like to talk to them about long-term care or any other financial needs. Guys, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.